If you're looking for a sports motorcycle, then this could be the video for you. CBR650R has been around for some time now. It draws a lot of its inspiration from its bigger brother, the Honda Fireblade 1000. So in this video, we're going to be taking a look at its features and its specification, and we're also going to have a look at the Honda e-clutch, which is fitted to this particular bike. So it'll be certainly interesting to see how that system works. So I'll do my best to show you in this video. If you get what you're looking for in this video, consider leaving a like and of course leaving a comment down below too. And if you're here for the first time, consider subscribing to the channel. Special thanks to Tig and his team here at Morans Bike Shop in Drumshanbo in County Leitrim in Ireland for having the bike available. If you're interested in looking for a Honda in particular, please contact Tig and his team. I'll put the link in the description there. They're a brilliant bunch of people to deal with, so be sure to check them out if you're looking for a Honda. My name is Ben and this is Éire Motorcycle Adventures. Looking at this fabulous front here, you know, with any sports bike you're going to need decent braking performance, and this doesn't disappoint. We've got 310mm dual front discs here, ABS. The wheels 17-inch cast aluminium. We've got 41mm upside down show forks as well. A very nice looking front, and definitely braking performance you're going to need for this engine. Looking at the rear here, we've got this beautiful swing arm. The monoshock is 10-stage preload adjustments on that as well, so plenty of adjustment. Single disc 240mm, and of course that's ABS compatible. 17 aluminium cast rear wheel here. Also nice is the valves. The tyre valves are pointing outwards, so nice and easy for inflation. For lighting here, we've got a daytime running light across the top here, and then we've got full LED lighting on the front and the back. And of course you've got high beam as well, that's located there. We're going to have a look at the back, obviously LED indicators as well. Right, looking at the back here, LED indicators, and then of course we've got an LED rear tail light. On all the motorcycles, the main feature is the heart of the engine, and this doesn't disappoint. Inline 4 649cc double overhead cam, water cooled 16 valve. Beautiful engine, develops 70 kilowatt, which is about 93-94 brake horsepower. Along with that, it develops 63 newton meters, which I think is pretty fair for this kind of engine. I'll put the RPM on screen for you as well. Fuel tank size 15.4 litres, so it's got plenty in it. Fuel consumption about 4.9 litres per 100 as well, I think is pretty decent. One of the main features obviously is that exhaust manifold, the 4-pipe exhaust manifold. I think it's absolutely beautiful. I know we've got it behind the fairings here, but you can see it at certain angles. But a real stunning look, and of course you've got this partially exposed engine as well. Really nice feature. Some additional specs there. The seat height is 810mm. The curb weight of the motorcycle is 209 with the manual and 211 for the e-clutch here, so only 2 kilograms difference, which I think is pretty good. Right, let's hear how she sounds. Nice start up as well, I like that. That's about 4,000. Right, on the side of the engine here is this Honda e-clutch adaptation, if you can call it that. Obviously they've seated it quite well next to the engine. What that does is that enables an automatic override of the manual transmission. So effectively when you're engaging, it does have the clutch, which we'll show shortly. So when you're engaging with the manual clutch, the system is in the background, so it isn't actually working. You can disable it in the TFT display as well if you don't want it, but as soon as you engage the gear without the clutch, that's when the system activates. So it effectively allows full automatic adjustments, if you can call it that, of the actual gearbox without having to use the actual clutch. And what's also nice about that is when you come to a stop as well, it still has the bike in gear, but it feels like you're in neutral. and effectively it just releases the clutch mechanism, and then when you accelerate it'll re-engage the clutch mechanism and off you go. I'll do a demonstration of that for you now. Well, hopefully you can all see me in picture here. When I get the bike started, effectively at the moment on the display here you've got a symbol for the E-clutch, and that obviously means it's fully automatic. So I'm going to start it up now. Obviously when you've got, we'll have to kick out the side stand, and then all you do is, obviously if you feel the clutch lever feels very loose, it feels very light actually, almost like it's a super light clutch. But we're going to just engage the brake for a sec here, and without engaging the clutch mechanism, we're just going to put it in gear. Simple as that. It's a manual with an automatic option to it, and on the display here it says first gear, and then all we do is, without even holding the clutch, we can then accelerate. And it still shows in first gear right now, and I'm not holding any clutches. So a great system. It's only €400 as well, so it's actually cheaper than going the full automatic gearbox route. And I think they're going to be pushing this more on the bikes. Obviously the bikes that have DCG transmissions already, those probably aren't going to have this feature, but for those motorcycles that only have a manual option, they'll probably push the E-clutch on that system. I think it's a great system. For €400 more, well worth it. I'd do it, even if you don't necessarily use it all the time. It's nice to have it there, so when you do. But that's how the system works, and I'll put a link in the description for more detail if you want to find out the full technical details of the E-clutch. I'll put a link there for you. The proportions of the bike are actually pretty good, I have to admit, and the seat height at 810mm. So I'm gonna take a seat on the bike now. I'm about 5'11". Obviously for those that want to know what my height is, especially when I get on the bike. But I know it is quite nice and low. My feet are on the ground. It's nice and comfortable. So let's take a look. Apologies the noise in the background, because there's a horse mart in the area, so there's horses making noises, and then there's the auction that's going on. But to get back to the bike, they're nice and comfortable. I find the seat actually very comfortable. I can just feel it's nicely cushioned. It's not too hard. It's nice and soft. Obviously with your sports focused motorcycle, obviously we've got the pedals more to the back rather than central. My knee feels pretty good actually, nice and comfortable here. Controls, yeah, nice and comfortable for my height. Right, looking at the handlebar setup, nicely straightforward. I like the simplicity of the Hondas. We've got our Honda selectable torque control on and off, menu selections, we've got our horn here, indicators on the left, and of course our brights on that side. On this side we've got our hazards, engine start and cut off on the right here. The display itself is very nicely and super presented and nice and clear. We've got our rev counter, digital speedo, we've got gear selector, side stand warning, and then of course we've got our menu selections here as well, so we can go in and go into our settings. We can then tune the Honda E-clutch. We've got our shift point as well that we can set. Obviously this one has a quick shifter, and it has various other displays. Obviously you can set down background lighting and so on, so has got some form of customization, which is nice, and it's really presented very well. It's also got Honda Road Sync capability as well, so you can download the Honda Road Sync app and you should be able to get your Bluetooth music and of course navigation, voice command. So very, very nice indeed. 4 colours. The motorcycle is available in the Honda Grand Prix Red, and of course we've also got the matte gunpowder black, which is what this particular version looks, and I have to say it looks absolutely fantastic in this matte black finish. And it complements the bike well, especially with some of the red highlights. So if I were to choose the two, I'd say black, in my opinion. Right, how much is this bike gonna set you back? Well, and here in Ireland, the manual is sold for €11,499, and then if you want to go the Honda E-clutch route, you can add 400 to that, so €11,899, which I think would be the favourite in my opinion, just based on how the Honda e-clutch works. I'd definitely be spending that extra €400. I'd also probably consider that for resale value down the line. You might get some people that would prefer to have an automatic bike in the near future as well, so just by having that e-clutch gives you that feeling of an automatic, but not necessarily having the full automatic gearbox. So yeah, definitely something I'd recommend is the Honda e-clutch. The CBR650R is a fabulous motorcycle, but should you want to see what the competitors are up to, here are two competitors for you to consider. Our first competitor is the Yamaha R7, priced at €10,999. Slightly cheaper than the Honda, but obviously the power band is quite different, significantly lower than the Honda. However, the Yamaha does come with a lot of adjustable features. We've got Yamaha's customized ride control, lean sensitive rider's aids, including traction control, slide control and brake control, and various other features. Lovely design with LED lighting and a very nice display. So perhaps if you're looking for an alternative, consider the Yamaha R7. Our next competitor is the Suzuki GSX-8R, priced at €10,950. Obviously slightly cheaper than the Honda, but that is mainly due to the power rating at 82 brake horsepower. However, strong torque. The engine is 776 cc parallel twin engine. The bike does have a lightweight chassis and is very agile. Advanced electronics consist of customized ride modes, traction control and rider assists. Good braking system with 310mm floating discs on the front. So if you're looking for an alternative to the Honda CBR650R, consider the Suzuki as well. Right, it's time for the verdict. Race bikes are not generally my forte. I'm more an adventure bike kind of person, but out of what I've seen here from the 650R, the CBR650R, I said I've been relatively impressed. It's got its sporty looks. It hasn't just got the sporty looks, but it's also got decent power as well. So if you're looking for a race-inspired motorcycle, particularly in that 650 range, something that isn't quite as powerful as a 1000, I'd say definitely consider checking this motorcycle out. It has a fair amount of kit, and of course consider going for that e-clutch system. The bike is well presented here with the TFT display. It's got excellent braking performance on it as well. Its color scheme here really fits well with the bike, and the fairings on the front. The four-cylinder inline as well is also fantastic, and you've also got that look of the exhaust, the four-pipe exhaust manifold as well. So the bike certainly has that. It's got its looks, it's got its performance. So in my opinion, if you're looking for something in that sort of price range, definitely consider looking at this motorcycle.